Oops. I totally didn't press the button. It's like been sitting here, the timer just ran down, whatever, I'm just leave it. Anyways, welcome in everybody. My name is Josh. This is the Gaming Joy channel, and we are on a map. We're on this map, Sino. And this is our fire that is burning during the day. And I don't know if anyone else has actually seen how this fire is built, this campfire. It's literally, like if you crouch down and look at it, it's literally like a texture that kind of looks like fire. That's like there's 2 or 3 of them and they're dancing. It feels like a Mario fire. Anyways, welcome in everybody. We're doing our survival skills. I actually started working on the mod for this today. And hello tractor sounds. That was offensive. Hold on, let me turn the volume down. You guys are getting offended too. All right. But welcome in. Hey everybody, David, welcome in. Towboat Fish, welcome in. Thank you for being here, sir. Bruce is gaming. Everyone, thank you for being here. Sorry, Bruce, that your internet is being wacky. That is Bonta. I'm sorry. This trailer is pretty funny. I like this trailer. So last time we bought this stuff, we bought a bucket, we bought our front loader bucket, the front loader arms for our tractor that's still under 100 horsepower. We bought this little trailer, and I love how when you take off the trailer, it's got like a low pixel log. And the best part is if you really look close, that's actually a South American log. It's not even, because it has the red tinge to it. Pretty nice trailer. Not very big. But anyways, so our goal here, so I did a little bit of cleanup to this area, and it's really hard to tell, but all of the machinery that was parked inside, I moved it all. So it's all over there by the fence. Let's go look. Let's jump in the air. Copter 1. So all of the equipment that was like stuck in here is all moved over near the fence. And when I moved it over here and put it in the bushes to rot away like it was in here, I realized that the fence line along the road, the fence was actually out in the field. It was weird. It's just like a super bad fence line. And so I actually fixed the entire fence line, and I moved this tree so that it's actually on the other side of the road instead of being in the middle of the field. And I moved the water tower. Now the water tower is replaceable, and it actually is a water tower providing water, which is pretty awesome. But we are in our next day. We're in March. We don't own any land other than this land right here. That's where we are. Oh, Jack Sarge, welcome in. Sorry, I missed you talking. I was trying to give everyone the update. And so we're gonna get out of flight mode because we don't need that anymore. And we are gonna load some lime. Now, we could load rocks, and we will load rocks eventually, but we're gonna load some lime. And if I remember correctly, let me zoom in a little bit, but I'm gonna have to turn the game sounds down because this tractor is super loud. And as you can see, I have a bucket, and I actually have controls for said bucket because I have a farm. That's not the right one. Oh, this is gonna be painful. Okay. We're gonna need a weight. Did I buy a weight? I don't think I bought a weight. Did I buy one? Where is it? Nope, I didn't buy a weight. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Can I get anything into this trailer so that I have enough money to buy a weight? This is only 1,000 liters of lime, too. And it goes so fast that like you don't even realize that it's filling up before it's full, because this is like a base game bucket. Because it's part of our survival skills. Sorry, I'm really concentrating here. We can't use any Unreal capacities. So we are working with base game stuff, base game equipment, base game yada yada, but eventually we can unlock Unreal capacities. I think that's the plan, is to unlock Unreal capacities. And actually what we're doing here is what's going to allow us to unlock Unreal capacities. And we haven't figured out what this skill is called. We need to figure out what the scooping skill is called. I'm like totally... This is going to take forever. So what's the scooping skill called? What do you guys think? I don't think a scooping skill is appropriate. We can call it the mining skill, because that's the only way to mine in this game. We can call it mining. Yep. So Jack, a conveyor is a yes, would definitely get the lime in the trailer. And I actually already have a conveyor figured out. And what we were talking about last time is that for us to get to the conveyor, we're going to have to unlock it by doing some traditional scooping. Whoa. So we will unlock the lime, I promise. Or unlock the conveyor. And I have two conveyors in mind. I have a very simple one, like a screw conveyor. And then I have like a really huge auto load-ish conveyor that would work really good with Unreal capacities. With this trailer, it would just not be worth it. I definitely need to wait, and I didn't realize that until I started scooping. I have weight on the wheels, but that means we're gonna have to go get a weight. So we have to go to the store and buy a weight. No store deliveries. Keith, first time viewer, welcome in. My name is Josh, this is Gaming Joy channel, and we are trying to survive on Sino, and we're coming up with an idea for a challenge. And that challenge is called the Survival Skills Challenge. And the Survival Skills Challenge is kind of something like this. And the idea is just give ourselves a little bit more of a... Whoa. Don't fall on the ground, please. Thank you. Give us a little bit more way to kind of level up our gameplay. Instead of just getting access to all the stuff from day one, we have to kind of level up. Just like you would for like our RPG. So, since we have no skills for mining at all, that means the only thing we can do right now is scoop with a bucket. Luckily, this map has some fields. 90%. We're doing good, pretty good here. One more scoop. Luckily, this map has this piece of land, which the chat decided to purchase last time. Wasn't my idea. I wanted the farm, actually. If I'm being honest, I actually wanted the farm, because the farm would have me doing farming stuff. But chat decided we're doing mining. So there we are. All right. So I'm gonna come here. And then we're going to disconnect the loader. We use that later. And then we have to go sell this at the concrete plant. Thank you. Oh, you found me through Crusty's channel? Yes, that challenge is actually going pretty fun. I'm actually really enjoying that challenge. I actually have been kind of managing the playlist for the Calmlands challenge, which is kind of one we're doing with Jack Sarge is doing it, Bruce is doing it, Towboat's doing it, David's doing it, but he's doing it on his own. He's not making content. Everyone's kind of doing that challenge. It's lots of fun. But I'm the one managing the playlist for it, which I think I'm a little bit behind on just because I wasn't feeling well. But nonetheless, that's what's going on. And I don't think this is going to make it up the hill, but we're going to find out soon enough. And so the question is, well, let's actually check first. Where are we going? Where are we going to sell this? So we have to go to the sales thing. And you don't sell lime very often, but you can sell it apparently at the concrete production plant. So the concrete production plant is buying. So we have to drive literally to the other side of the map to sell lime. So that's going to be lots of fun. And I have enhanced vehicle on here. Hey, Crustu, welcome in. Northern Farmson, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Sorry, but I'll zoom out a little bit. This tractor is super loud. Or maybe if I go in cab. See, if I go in cab, it's quieter, which doesn't make sense because there's no cab. But we'll just pretend that it does. Oh, yes, survival skills message. Boom, gone. Thank you, David. Bye-bye, skip message. I pressed the button. So yeah, we're going to sell lime to make a little bit of money because we bought that field, which has lots of lime, and we need to make money enough to buy some grass work equipment because that plot also came with a very, very big or pretty big grass field. And we're also going to get into productions and stuff like that. But for now, we have to do some scooping and selling and driving to this up. So I'm going to gun it down this hill. It might be a mistake because I don't know if this thing's going to flip around this corner. But if I can make it up this hill here, I think we're going to be okay. But this hill might be the end of today's stream. It's gonna... I think it's gonna... Yeah. Oh, you're 6 a.m. East Coast? Awesome. Oh, Krusty, he drops his content early in the morning. That's right. I usually drop at 9 a.m. West Coast time, so just because I'm on the West Coast. But welcome in. Thanks for everyone for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button. Looks like we almost got 7 likes already, so that's great. Thanks for being here. So I started working on that. This is going to take forever. I started working on the mod. It's my first time actually building a mod that has a UI. So the idea, and this is what we're planning on doing, and I can talk about it since we're going to be here for a while, is kind of like the time-saving stock check, where you have a menu button, you click, and you'll get a screen like this that can show you your progress for all of your skills that you're working on, right? That's the idea. And so, but I've never actually built a mod that had a menu like that. I've never done UI. Everything I've done is kind of in the background. Like the spawn palette stacked mod, which is one of mine. It's all in the background. It just happens in the game engine. It's not something you actually affect in any way. So it's a new thing for me, but I build UI for a living. Like that's what I do. I'm a software developer. I build websites for a living. So it's weird to be building UI but not building UI because it's not like true UI, it's game UI. It's kind of strange. But yeah, that's actually what I do for a living. I'm a software developer and I'm a front-end architect. There we go. We made it up the hill. Congratulations, little tractor. You did good. This is gonna take forever. All right, so what do you guys think? To be able to upgrade to the next level of scooping, what's the next level? When can I move up to I think we talked about this in the chat, and I think who's the one who had all the really great comments? Ken? He said for the scooping achievement, we could do like 50,000 liters sold with a front loader, lets you unlock like a wheel loader, or lets you unlock a skid steer, and then you have to do another 50,000 liters with a skid steer, which would unlock a telehandler and to wheel loader and so on. And then the last level would be unlocking a... Whoa. Sorry, I had to concentrate so I don't run into this roadblock. And the last level would unlock screw conveyors. And I totally just ran into the roadblock. What did I hit? Oh. The trailer hit the tree. So, Crustu, this map is Sino. So, Fazenda, F-A-Z-N-D-A, Sino. And you can see the billboard for it right here. They did a cool logo. Okay. I'm going to get run over by a police car. Oh. See, I didn't see the Power A sign. I saw the... I just pretended it didn't exist. And so, there's the sign for the map. Sino. Yeah. But this is not the original map. I've modified this map. And fixed a bunch of stuff that was broken. And made the land a bit better. Changed the grass. Added a concrete production plant. And added a bunch of stuff. The lighting is nice. It actually is. But I think I typically, because I'm using the advanced game settings thing, where is it? It's here. Again, we're stuck going up a really slow hill. I always use this custom lighting for... Let's go to save. Let's do save. So we're gonna use the Sino lighting now. I don't know if that does anything. There's the Sino lighting. So I changed to the Sino lighting and not the I was using the Silver Run Forest, which I think I've been using on every map since I downloaded Silver Run Forest. It's actually a really fun map. So let's look at the PDA real quick while I drive in a straight line. So here's the PDA. And the PDA, it's a South American map. It's very hilly. It's got lots of hills, got lots of contours. All of the fields contour to the lands. You've got everything from somewhat small fields, like a rice field right here, or this field 22 is pretty small, or 26 is pretty small, to massive fields like field 1. And, you know, contracts on all the fields. It has the prerequisite South American mine. Most South American Brazilian maps have a mine of some kind. It's all of the land is buyable. Some of them in very big chunks of land, like field 1 is here, and it's $1.7 million. And I'm driving through a field. And there's a John Deere on the roads, and so careful because they're dangerous. Hold on, before I crash into something else, I need to look at the map actually to figure out how to get to the mine, because I don't actually remember. Oh, I can just keep going straight on this road and it goes into the mine. Okay, that's easy. Yes, so I think it's actually based on a real place. I'm not sure on that. You'd have to look at the description for the mod. It's not available on ModHub, unfortunately. And there's some good reasons why it's not available on ModHub. Mainly because I zoom out. Sorry, I have to zoom out really far out because the tractor's loud. There's some questionable stuff on here that you wouldn't make it to ModHub. Like the map itself looks great, but then you get to places like this, which is cool. This little roundabout here, and this is the entrance to the mine, which we're gonna do. And then you're like, oh, there's a convenience store. That's cool. And then you got stuff like this, yeah, that's not gonna fly on ModHub. But overall, it's a nice looking map. I like it. I still haven't done an auto drive course for it, but I will eventually. Auto drive is one of those things we have to unlock anyways with our survival skills. So that's it. And then here's the mine area. and I followed their own, the map maker. They actually didn't make this mine area like this. It was like this. It looked like this. It looks great. But all of the rocks that are kind of sitting around on the ground weren't here as part of the map by default. I added all of that. And the concrete plant being at the bottom of the mine, I also added that too. So that's the concrete production plant by... Gosh, I don't remember who it's by anymore. Max Trucker, maybe? Anyways, I put in all of the scoopable dirt and stuff just for a little bit extra oozy whatsy. Something fun. I figure if there's going to be a mine, you want to do mining stuff. And then that concrete production plant at the bottom takes in 5 or 6 different products. And those products that the concrete production plant takes in are all strewn around the map. So there's rocks, there's gravel, and there's one other product, I forget what it's called. It's that one right there. But anyways, this is the map. It's very nice. I can send you a version if you want. This is my edited version. I just edited it for this stream, for this series, for this challenge. Learned a couple things about map editing when I was doing it. Fixed a bunch of stuff that just didn't work right. One of the things this map has, and another map I was playing on recently has the same problem. Moss Valley had the same problem this map had, where if we look at the map, do you see how up at the edge of the map there's like this edge? Basically, there's like trees along the edge of the map everywhere, and the farmland actually went underneath the trees all the way to the very edge of the map, which means you couldn't actually harvest, 20-30% of fields that were along the border, which made it impossible to complete contracts. So I had to fix that to be able to play it for this series. Here we are at the concrete production plant, and if I'm right, I'm hoping you don't have access to this. Crap-tastic. All right, we're gonna figure this out, folks. We might have a problem. We might have a problem already, because I didn't test this, which is my fault. It's totally my fault. Yay! Good job, Josh. Where is Lime? Lime. Tag place. Yep. I don't have access to this. How can I not have access to a selling point? Oh, that's... I thought that was a pass-through to go to the other side. Apparently that's not it. Alright, well, I don't have access to the concrete production plant to sell the lime, even though I drove all the way over here. Well, I'll fix that off stream. For now, we're just gonna pretend that it worked, and I'm gonna put down a sell point. This is the sell point that comes with this selling point, and I'm gonna put this selling point down right here, so at least I have a selling point that I have access to. And I know that's something we're supposed to unlock, but I needed something, because otherwise it would have made the drive over here completely wasted. You see, now I can sell. Now, all right, good. What the heck? What is this trailer doing? It's like dumping in holes. What the? What is going on? I've never used this trailer before. You can see why. Oh, look, it has little holes. That's how it sells. It's not a tipping trailer at all. It just has little holes. That's awesome. I've never seen a trailer like that, ever. I have never seen that before. That's so weird. Wow, that's super weird. Oh, hold on, before I this one untag before it drives me nuts. All right, now we got to drive home. This map has a couple cool custom crops. It has what was it? Has black beans, coffee, rice, and millet. Almost all of which are actually in the fields, so we'll get to actually experience those crops when we start harvesting or doing contracts and stuff like that. It'll be fun. So I think for now, for the scooping achievement, we're gonna go ahead with what's his name? It's on the tip of my tongue. We're gonna go with the suggestions. So we're gonna have to unlock other vehicles or whatnot to be able to help us. Now we can unlock a skid steer, which would be great because then we can just leave it attached to the trailer. But I don't, and we have to buy a skid steer. What we really want is the auger. So we want to be able to use an auger. So maybe we put like a screw conveyor, like a regular everyday auger at a lower level. And we put the super ultra auto load thing at the hot top level. I think that's fair. So you can unload, you can get like a simple auger, like where is it? I'll show you. So you can unlock simple belt systems like this one right here, which should pick up from the ground, or this one, which should pick up from the ground. But you can't use like this Grimmy auto load thing until you've unlocked it all the way, because this thing just is like, boom, it picks up so much stuff. But like this is super slow and cheap. So let's say we have to do like, oh, I don't know, 100,000 before we can unlock the auger. Which is a lot of scooping and driving, but that's okay. I'm happy to do that. We should also see if there's any contracts, because we can do contracts. Fertilizing contracts, yay. Accept. You can accept some fertilizing contracts while I drive into a field. What? That was awesome. The cop sirens turned on right as I drove past him. That was super cool. And if I had a cultivator, I could cultivate these big fields for a contract. That would be super annoying. These like withered fields, I could cultivate those, but at 100 horsepower, what am I going to be able to use? Like, I don't think I can use these. Use this one, maybe. It's only 5 meters. That one's 5 meters. Yeah. Farmer Trio. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Luke Marshall, welcome in. Thanks, guys, for being here. Welcome in. We're enjoying Sino and starting to really feel the struggle, because we have a lime and a stone mine over on the other side of the map, which we now own, but we have to deliver that stone all the way on the other side of the map. And my tractor is so slow that I have a JCB backhoe bearing down on me from behind. He's like, I'm gonna take you out, Josh. Get out of my way. Look at him. He's hauling butt. But yeah, this map's pretty fun. I really enjoy the grass textures that I added here. I'm very proud of that grass and meadow textures. They're going to be part of a pack that I'm going to be releasing on ModHub for a prefabs. But we're back at the store, and let's pick up a weight. Now, I don't think I actually have any weights added on here, which stinks because that would have been really useful to have the weight that I just found on here. We need something with a trailer hitch on it. 1500 maybe? I guess. Let's think. How can I get everything all in one load? All right, what do you guys think? You guys want to go do another delivery of lime, or do you want to fertilize some fields? I'll let chat vote on that or decide. Wait, do I have a front? I don't. I better be able to hook up this trailer with this weight on. Because that would be terrible if I couldn't. Yes. All right, let's go. Since we bought the weight, let's at least go do one more load with the lime. Go play pool back at the convenience store? Yeah. No, we're not going to be doing that. The other thing that was really funny, and I don't know if you guys saw, but I was doing some votes in my Discord channel. If you guys haven't joined the Discord channel, please do. And I was doing some voting for the NPCs. Now, this map, when it was released, the NPCs were all of the mod authors' friends. My gosh. Have you guys ever seen a sorghum contract for 91k? That's insane. A sorghum contract for $91,000. Like, that's almost worth figuring out how to do that. $91,000. That's an insane sorghum contract. It's field 1, which is why, because field 1 is massive. And it would take forever if we didn't have the right equipment. And I can't drive very well right now. Ninja Farmer, I saw you jump in. Welcome in. Thanks for being here, sir. I love how there's a roadblock with like a dirt path around the roadblock. Intentionally part of the map. I love that. It's like an extra little thing that like you don't see, or like this like water berm right here. Like, it's part of the map. I could do some farming or something. All right, well, let's go at least do one more load of lime so we have some money, so we can think about doing some lime farming, and then we'll also do some contracts. We do have some fertilizing contracts, and maybe we get a cultivator and do a cultivating contract. Who knows? We'll see. We do have the Better Contracts mod installed, which gives me the field discount for unlocking contracts over time. So the more contracts I do, the more discount I get for fields. I believe it's currently set at 3% for each contract, which is fair, I guess. Obviously, that's a PC only benefit. That's up to you whether you use a mod like that. I'm doing it because this map is super expensive. You saw that field for 1.7 million. That's a lot of money to spend on a field. So if I can get that lowered to like 1.3 million, it might be in the books, but you know, Can you imagine trying to run a... This is cotton. So you'd have to run a cotton harvester up, down, or across these hills. Can you imagine doing that? I can't imagine it. I'm going to have to do it at some point because, you know, as we buy more land and stuff, but that's crazy hills. Oh, here's what I was talking about earlier. So you see how these trees along the edge of the map, and if we go to here, like the cotton goes right up to here. If we look where I am on the map, where's the map? If we look where I am on the map, I fixed this field. This is one of the fields that was messed up. Yeah, so see right here, see the gray part? That used to be part of the field, right? That's the way they set up the original field farmlands. But I moved it back a little bit because I'm in the bushes already. And the cotton went like all the way up to here. This line right here, which is inside the trees, which means you couldn't get a harvester in there. So I had to fix like all of the fields along the border, or you wouldn't be able to do anything. It was very, I don't know, frustrating. But hey, we have a supply of lime, so if we get a lime contract, we can use our own lime or something. And hopefully this weight will help us. We want the next entrance on the other side of this sunflower field. Oh, so this is the main farm. By the way, I did fix the main farm. We can run over there if you guys want. I did fix the main farm. This is the way it's supposed to be, but I actually messed that up myself. So if we just pull off and then run over here. Why the run speed is so fast, I'll never understand. But this is the way the main farm is supposed to look. And it's not really much. It's just this one shed, right? Which is one of the South American sheds that is on every map right now. And then this farmhouse, right? Which is a really nice looking farmhouse. I think they did a really good job with it. And then the playground, which is, you know, playground for no reason. And then they actually have a crop field. These are actually a crop field that you could harvest, but it's super small. Anyways, that's the main farm. We'll buy it eventually. That's our next step after we become lime and rock magnets. Sorry, I drove through the field. I don't own it though. That crop on the left, I believe, is the millet crop. I actually like the look of it. Looks pretty cool. So welcome in, everybody. How's everyone doing? Is everyone having a good Wednesday night? Good week so far? Hope everyone's having a good week so far. Let's drop the trailer off. Get our bucket. Do some skipping. I totally parked that trailer too far away. Oh, good. Now I can just lift up the bucket and not worry about tipping over. Which is very handy. I'm not very good at bucket skills, but I'm learning. So we have access to all of this lime, which is, if I actually took the time to sell it and stuff like that, would be great. The other thing that we're actually also unlocking while we're doing this is the selling. And so the selling, the salesman attribute has a few unlocks, which we'll have to figure out how they actually work. But one of the unlocks for selling, which includes how many liters of stuff you sell, it does have an unlock to be able to unlock custom sell points. So if I could actually get that same custom sell point down here, then I wouldn't have to drive all the way across the map. I could just scoop and dump and make money, which, you know, would make it super easy to make money, but we definitely have to unlock something like that. So that's the idea behind the skill part of it, is you have to unlock those things. Right? All right. This is much easier with the weight. Though I'm not good at this at all. I'll have to get a cheap wheel loader to be able to load this in the big bucket or something. I think that Volvo wheel loader isn't very expensive, right? Does anyone know? I don't know anything about how the prices are. But I think there's an old school Volvo, like a BM or something. Where is it? Like we could get the... What am I looking for? Wheel loaders. Yeah, we could get this. This is pretty inexpensive. It's only 98 horsepower, but it should have way more power for lifting. We can get like a 10,000 liter bucket. But yeah, sorry for being slow at this. No, that's not what I wanted. Stop. I'm using a joystick, so I got the farm stick joystick. And of course, nothing was set right when I got it. So I had to make up all of my own keybinds for this stuff. So I don't even know if these, like, the keybinds I made up are real or not. I just kind of made stuff up. But... And I'm also still getting used to it. All right, perfect. Now, drop that off. Yes, Umesmo, not the forage pickup, but I believe, what's it called? Do I have it in here? I might have it in here. I don't even know where it's going to be. There's like one of these things that looks just like this thing, but I don't think I have it in here. It's like a bunker buster. I think that one actually picks up lime. I think it picks up everything. It picks up bulk, so it'll pick up everything. But believe me, we're not going to be carting this lime all the way across the map. Just for today, just to get us a little bit of money in the bank. We're going to cart a little bit. But eventually we'll get a sell point or production facility over near that building. So we're not transporting very far. And eventually, the end goal actually would be getting auto drive set up with conveyor belts and a machine that can just do loops to pick up and deliver rock in a loop. because that's, you know, automation. That's how I love it. But we gotta start small. Gotta do the easy stuff first. But yeah, conveyor belts would work. A bunker buster would work. There is a machine out there, I think, I don't know if you guys have seen this, and I think it's only on his Discord or Patreon or whatever, but Squiggles made a street sweeper, which is designed to pick up stone and rock and stuff like that. And it has like, I think it has a default capacity of like 10,000 liters or something like that, which is what we're carrying here in this trailer. But it also has like Unreal capacities if you want to. But it looks like a street sweeper. It's really cool. All right, I gotta gun it around this corner. Get going as fast as possible, even though I'm at max speed. It's in the tab where the forage pickup is. Where's the forage pickup? Oh, in the belts? Yeah, let's get on to the point where we're struggling to get up this hill, and we'll go look. I don't know if I installed that mod in this game save, so. Alright. This guy's going to struggle for a little bit. We're going to look at the store. In the tab where the forage pickup. Forage. Yes, we have forage wagons. We have a couple like really small forage wagons to get going. Right? Which is fine. We have like the super forage pickup wagon eventually, which we'll have to unlock in some ways. Initially we'll probably go with something like this thing for just picking up forage, no big deal. And then, but I don't have that other mod installed on here. It's not in belt systems either. It would be right here if it was in belt system. This one works really good as a screw conveyor. It's pretty fast. But it's not super great. I actually used that one, if anyone remembers. I used that on Silver Run Forest back in the day. Come on. Come on. We'll get over the hill eventually. Let's look at the contracts, see if there's anything else we want to do. So if remember, as far as this specific I don't need details on. As far as this specific thing is concerned, I'm saying you can only do contracts with your own equipment. So you can't lease or borrow. You have to unlock leasing or borrowing by doing contracts. So you don't unlock leasing stuff until you actually do it through either through this, which is the contract settings, higher difficulty. You have to do 3 contracts for an NPC to be able to borrow stuff, or you can do it through like how many contracts total you do, and then you can unlock yourself. But the other ones that are good paying contracts are the spraying contracts, but we don't have a sprayer yet. So yeah, and the Parambaris map has a lot of slopes too. My current plan, I've been thinking about the Parambaris map a lot because one, I'm just on a South American map kick when I'm playing single player. I'm actually playing on the Limera farm map. That one I'm playing on single player when I can't be recording. And then, but my Parambaris map and all my edits, I still want to play that. So that's coming next. I want to finish off Middleburg, and I'm hoping to finish off Middleburg in the next couple weeks. And then we're going to start on the 80s challenge on Parambaris, which is just going to be like a let's play, but we're going to be like limiting it to 80s equipment. Yeah, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, Mesmo. Like it reads as Limera, but I'm sure it's like Limiera. Is that right? Limiera? I don't know if I'm saying it right. Let me know. But welcome in, Mesmo. Thanks for being here. But yeah, my plan is to get to Parambaris. My edit of whoa, that was a tree. The roads on here are crazy. And play the 80s challenge, which I set up like a year ago and just haven't gotten around to playing because my time to record has been very limited. Nobody coming. And I ran into the stop sign again. I'm so used to on multiplayer where you can't run into signs. Oh, thanks for stop. Or not. Not thanks for stopping. Let me back up so you guys can... Did that guy just honk his horn? I've never heard that. He honked his horn. The sheriff guy honked his horn. I like how all the cars on here are custom. Oh yeah? Yeah, I could tell that it looks legit. And I've been playing that map on single player. I'm using the same grass as from here. So I replaced the grass that was on there that wasn't cuttable. I fixed that map. Actually has a major bug where the only thing that you can mow on that map is grass. You can't actually mow meadow. And if you mow the decoration grass, it actually, you won't get any grass from it and it'll never regrow. It's a bug on the map. It has to be fixed. Like it has, like, see this grass over here on the left? That's deco grass. That's deco foliage. But the Lumera map has that everywhere. And you're on a cow farm where you need to have grass to be able to feed your cows. And there's no grass fields. And there's nowhere, and all of the grass that's around you, you can't even harvest, which I think is a bug. And you can't mow meadow at all, which is definitely a bug. So I fixed that locally for myself, just to, you know, whatever. It's a fun challenge to fix it. But I've been having fun on that map. Yeah, they use a script to paint the map. That's one thing. So that's how you paint the map and get a lot of the randomization. A lot of map makers will use a script to paint. It's called I think it's the Foliage Painter script. But their XML was still broken, and they had set it up so that you would never, ever, ever be able to get grass by mowing meadow. It was just set up wrong. So, you'll get there. Oh, Luke, thanks for being here. I know it's late for you, so thanks for being here. And thanks for hanging out. Catch you soon. This is always available on replay, and don't forget to drop a comment when it comes back up on replay, and let YouTube know you had fun watching the stream. There's the pool party. Anyways. Another hill to climb. So this map originally, and you can see it from like the map view. Right, if we go here, you can see it from the map view. Because I didn't actually edit the PDA. So originally, this map had like a silo system at the bottom of the mine, like at the bottom of this twisty course. Had a little silo system, and it was the lime buy point for the map. And I thought, you know, you have this massive mine and there's nothing to do with it. You couldn't actually mine any of it. It's just an annoyance, essentially. And it's like a good, like, if you zoom out, like this is, you know, not a quarter of the map, maybe an eighth of the map. And basically you had an eighth of the map that was just not used for anything. And I figured, you know, why not use it for something? So eventually we can come in here with a front loader or a conveyor belt and pick up all of this stuff and run the concrete plant and actually get products out of the concrete plant. And so we can sell. So eventually we'll get there. Whether that's kind of a goal, I guess, of figuring out this, playing this map and or figuring out this survival skills thing. All right, here we go. We've done our second delivery of lime. The brakes don't work very good. Oh wait, we have to be over the whole thing. There we go. We have to whole trailer over it because it drops from the bottom of the trailer. So weird. So weird. Yep, there's the concrete production plant. That logo looks weird. Oh look, the logo is like not 3D, it's 2D. It's just kind of floating in the air. Scooter's Workbench. Welcome in, sir. Thanks for being here. We are on a crazy map called Sino. Sino. Something. I don't know. I can never pronounce these map names right. Anyways. Sino. S-I-N-O. Sino. Which is a South American map. And it looks freaking awesome. I love this map. Like, look at that. It's crazy. Lots of really big fields. Which, for doing like a start from scratch kind of thing and wanting to do contracts to get going, that means when you do fertilizing contracts or spraying contracts, there's just, you actually make good profit from doing those contracts. So it makes it fun, but it also means if you're doing a harvest contract, it's going to take you all day. Because right now, this contract right here for sorghum up here in this corner is open as a contract. And it's $71,000. Wasn't it 91 a few minutes ago? Didn't I see that? Wasn't it? Maybe I read it wrong. I swear it said 91 a few minutes ago. But yes, we are, you know, we're talking about here about this challenge. And we have this challenge where like we're going to build up a skill. We're going to make a skill tree in the game. I'm making a mod for it right now. Where you kind of unlock stuff as you do basic farming tasks. So right now we own a piece of land where we can scoop up some lime and some rock. And we're selling that lime directly to make some money. We made a little bit of money. But I have to scoop it with a front end loader initially. And eventually I'll unlock other devices. But for now I have to use only the front end loader with a bucket. No super strength, no augers, none of that. And we're working with a 100 horsepower tractor, which is super fun. I'm not super fan of like, or I'm not, I keep saying the word super. I'm not a big fan of low horsepower tractors. This one I kind of like. I think the engine sounds on this one are pretty good. They're not, I love how it has like the ramp up and ramp down, and when you're running something, when you're running like something on the 3-point, it actually gets louder and stuff. It's pretty cool. This one's good. Some of them are just Uh-oh, shoot. Oh, whoa. I almost got run over by the logging truck. But overall, the map's really nice. If you look, it's pretty. It's got lots of decoration. It's got really crazy fields. There's a bunch of water holes with water decorations in it. Some of them are FS19 textures, but that's fine. No big deal. 7.5 hours real life time to do a 248k red beet contract. Now I'm assuming, Umesmo, that if it took that long, you were using somewhat legit equipment to do said contract. I'm assuming. Like not using like one of the new like Colossus 50 meter wide header things, which means you could do that contract in like 10 minutes. We're definitely not using those on this playthrough. Oh, Nadenthal, field 29. Yeah, that's a big field. But isn't Nadenthal 4x, right? That would be the equivalent of doing this field 1. I did it in carrots when I was testing, but I used the Colossus. So it wasn't that bad. But only when I was testing, not when I was actually playing the game. I was just testing the map. Oh, did they? Was Nadenthal not always a 4x, or was it a 16x? I didn't actually know about that. I remember who was on it. CBW was playing Nadenthal back in the day, when he was still streaming every Sunday, and that was one of his favorite maps. Nice, nice. I love when maps do big updates. I heard Poor Boy's Crater Lake is getting an update also, and it just passed Giants, so I don't know if that came out today or what. I haven't. I've been too busy job hunting to keep a track of CBW. Speak of the devil. I've been too busy job hunting to keep up with Giants. And Tony, welcome in, everybody. Thanks for being here, folks. Really, really appreciate it. I did accept some contracts. Let's see where we're going. We're going to field 10, which is down by us. 11, 18, 20. So where are those on the map? 18 is there. 10 is here. The numbers of the fields are kind of all over the place in this map. Like, you have to like really kind of hunt for them. 11's up there. So 10, 11, 18. Those are just like everywhere. Everywhere. Oh, they added 4x to the thumbnail on ModHub. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I've looked at Nadenthal. My only problem with Nadenthal is it's not this map. No, I didn't like how flat it was. I know that, yes, that's how the US is, but I personally, if I'm spending some time playing, I want to have sightlines. I want to have fun things to look at. My favorite map recently, which is I'm actually working with the author to help fix some minor bugs, is Moss Valley. That one's the sightlines on that map when you're at the main farm are just unbelievable. So cool. That map's really pretty. Okay, let's look at our map, see how we're going to get to field 11, because I think we had a hard time getting to field 11 before. I think the JCB is going to pass me. I just got passed by oh, no. He didn't want to pass me after all. Yeah, I think we have to turn off after field 2. I don't know. They're not really real place in Manitoba, Canada. Yeah. I think it's really great when a map author doesn't just like, you know, take a map and just throw it over the fence. Like, here you go, have fun. I don't care anymore. You know, I know that happens sometimes, and I don't understand it because, you know, I know how much time it takes to put into a map. And you get that with a lot of these South America maps. You get it actually all the time with these South America maps, where the map author makes the map, they put tons and tons of work into it, and then they just like put it up on King Mods or whatever, and then they forget about it. And they never make updates, and they never fix things. They just kind of, here you go, have fun. And there's even been a few maps on ModHub that were like that had obvious bugs, but they never got updated because the map author just didn't care to update them. It's a bummer, especially because, you know, all of the hard work that goes into making that map, you're losing out on, right? You're not you're just wasting it. And a map could be perfect, or it could be better. But yeah, and the new save every couple months does hurt. I get it. Yes. Oh, Mesmo, that's a good point. I haven't thought about Pioneers in a while. Pioneers was a great and actually almost error-free, honestly. I played Pioneers in multiplayer. It was a very interesting and fun map. Especially looking at that kind of no man's land style of a map. Like it was pretty fun. Like because it was very no man's land-esque, or to not use the name of another map, it's very wilderness, very much of a wilderness style map. And here's one of the fun things about this map. A lot of the fields are like multiple parts. Like you have to actually, it's not obvious that they're connected. Wait, I totally didn't get the corner of this map. All right, there we go. And actually the fact that the fields are split up like that is actually one of the things I enjoy about this map. I think it's a cool way of doing it. And to me, it sort of feels more realistic. Right? Oh, no, I can't use GPS. Not allowed to. First series you ever did was on Pioneer? Yeah. Yeah, who else is their first series on Pioneer? I know that he's not making content anymore, but Casey, or what was his username? Kegarino, his first series was like an 80s survival series on Pioneer, and Koble, his first series was a Let's Play on Pioneer as well. It was a very good series. Yeah, this map I think is really great. Once, you know, you fix the few weird issues. Oops. Oops. I keep hitting the wrong button on the keyboard. Sorry. Sorry, folks. There's another developer who's working on a 16x sort of wilderness style map. He put up a beta on King Mods, and he's only done like 40% of the map or so, but it's a 16x, so it's substantial. Now it's called the QAP map. It's very early stages, but it looks really nice. And it's similar to this, where it has lots of really great contours and fields that follow the contours of the land, and I think it looks really nice. This map has coffee also. Umesmo. Mon Singh. FS26. You think it's going to be FS26, not FS25? Though the prevailing, everyone seems to think it's going to be FS25, but they haven't announced anything yet. I don't think it's going to happen. Some maps have coffee. I think this one does have coffee. Let me double check. So we come in here, construction, production, orchards, coffee. So yeah, we have coffee on this one. Yeah, I started playing on Aussie No Man's also. I started just to try it out. And I started on it and I was like, It's also very flat. I'm not a super big fan of flat. It's partially flat because it's Australia. I get that. But it was like, Like, what do? You do this. You play the no man's land game. You buy a plot of land, and then you mow, and then you make silage, and then you sell the silage when you can, and then you use that silage to buy more plots of lands, and then you start making crop fields. Like, it's the same like progression that I think that kind of is indicative of those no man's land wilderness style maps. And I wasn't feeling the map enough to warrant doing that again. You don't think it's gonna be 25? If it's FS26, you won't make it that far. You're gonna give up if they hold out for that long, Tony? Switch over to just being a Fortnite streamer? Oh, only FS kids. Okay. That's even better. FS kids. I don't know. I bought because I was, you know, everyone was kind of hyping it up and it sounded interesting. And I stole my daughter's Switch and I bought FS23 on the Switch. And I spent the money on the game, and then I played it for like an hour. I'm like, this is so dumb. I can't do anything. And which is the worst part is the Switch is a powerful device, right? It has the hardware to definitely play FS25 on a low res. I think that you could totally play FS22 on low res on the Switch. Like, why they released the mobile game to the Switch, I don't understand. Because with the right graphics settings, you can definitely play FS22 on those other mobile devices. FS Kids for Android, yeah. Well, I don't have an Android, so. I think we were the ones who put the other coat of fertilizer on this field. Well, here's hoping they release soon. Or not hoping. I don't know. I mean, even if they do release soon, like, what does that mean for all of the stuff we have here? You know, like, I honestly think like FS22 is at a really fun state right now with the modding community and the maps and stuff like that. But you have to remember that as soon as they release the next version, whatever version that is, we're back to square one with all of our mods and all of like the gameplay enhancing mods. You know what I mean? Like, we're back to square one. If you remember when FS22 came out, it was what, like 6 months before even something like Easy Dev Tools came out, right? Everyone was using Power Tools for a while, or like, you know what I mean? Like, and all of the extra equipment and stuff like that's gonna all have to be converted and brought forward, and half the modders have already quit because of, you know, how hard it is to get stuff on Mod Hub. And like, if they do release a new version, which is great, and I hope that they do, it kind of puts the modding community back to square one, which is not as exciting. Oh, and that makes me realize I'm gonna have to bring my mods forward to FS whatever the next version is. Ugh. I'll bring the fieldwork fill station forward like within a couple weeks, because I know everyone loves that mod, and I'll bring it forward as soon as I can. Hopefully they don't change too much, like with the scripting languages and how things are handled, and hopefully, but we never know. We'll see what happens. But it'll actually, when the new one comes out, it'll be my first time actually being there for the release and actually having some, I don't know, seniority, I guess, because I actually joined and I started playing FS22 right when it was released. Like, I saw a variety streamer streaming FS, and I was like, oh, that looks kind of fun in a weird way, and I had no idea what to think of. I actually got on it because I wanted to go mow the fields on Erlengrat, because for some reason that looked fun to me. So yeah, and then I haven't stopped playing since then. I'm like, 4,000 or 5,000 hours in. Hey Ken, we were talking about you earlier. Ken left me a comment on last week's survival skills video. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. It's a really awesome comment with tons and tons and tons of suggestions on all of the on the skills that we're going to be adding. Some really good ones. Oh wait, shoot. No, hold on. Without thinking about it, I turned my GPS on. But welcome in, Ken. Thanks for being here. Thanks for giving us ideas for our challenge here. We did some scooping today. Since you're coming in late, we did some scooping. We delivered some lime, about 20,000 liters of lime across the entire map. Just because that's super boring to watch, I may have to work on that skill a little bit off stream. Yes, that's why your ears were burning. We were talking about you. All good things, of course, but we were talking about you. Mainly because it's you guys, honestly. It's you guys who are here in the stream, and you guys who are watching and commenting, and who are going to help make this challenge a thing. And then as soon as we get it kind of nailed down, then other people can start playing it. Actually, people can start playing it right now if you want to. And then we're going to I'm making the mod. I started working on it today to help track your progress for all of the skills and achievements that we're making up. We'll go from there. It'll be fun. But unfortunately right now we got to do lots of fertilizing and contracts, because that's the only way we have to make good money that doesn't involve us driving on from one side of the map to the other. Because that wouldn't make for a very good stream. Let's look at that. What's this? Whoops, no, that's not what I want. Collect. There was this one. Field 24. Okay, we have to figure out which field 24 is. Oh, I finished this field. Nice. I'll be nice and I'll actually finish it. While we look at the map, figure out where field 24 is, because I don't know. Oh, 19 is one we have to do. And 10. 19 and 10. So I got to do this one, just weird. All right. Yay, we got that one done. That was great. This one's a really fun field, actually. Let's collect on that last one. Collect. Ooh. That's a good suggestion. Or I like that suggestion, Umesmo. Like you can only buy new fields after you get a discount using better contracts. So I'm using better contracts here, but you can only... Maybe that's something we can add into it. That's a really great one for buying land. Maybe you have to actually do X number of contracts for each field before buying the land or buying a land from that same person. So we'd have to track who you've done contracts with, and whether or not you've unlocked buying land from them. But we could do that. Yeah, that's a great idea. Like using the better contracts mod to be a limitation on... We'd have to figure out how to do it for consoles, because you can't get better contracts on consoles. But I like that idea. Like you have to do contracts for a farmer before you can actually, excuse me, buy from that farmer. Like you can't buy from that farmer at all unless you do contracts from them first, which is kind of like a, hey, I'm going to meet you and I'm going to get to know you and I'm going to do work for you. And then you're going to trust me enough to sell your farm to me. Ooh, I like that. I like that. 10 contracts is a lot. I think it should be a percentage based thing. Like you can do 10 contracts for a single farmer is a lot of contracts. But I think to be able to, you know, buy one plot of land from a farmer, you have to at least do one contract for them. But if you want to buy a second plot of land from them, you need to do 3 contracts. If you want to buy a third plot of land from the same farmer, you have to do 5 contracts and like scale it up over time. And so that, you know, you're building, which is exactly what would happen in real life, right? You're building a relationship with that farmer to gain the trust needed to buy land. Right? So you have to, in other words, like the rule or the skill that you're building up is, you know, the farmhand skill, right? It's the trust skill. Like you have to actually build up trust with the farmers that you're buying land from. Oh, I like that a lot. I think that's a great idea. And you don't have to marry his daughter. That reminds me of Raznak. I don't know if you guys ever watched Raznak, but he used to do, and I think he still does. He does a like a lottery wheel thing for during his streams, and he one of the things you win is the farmer's daughter. Yeah, I have this setting. I think right now I have it set really low because I don't want to, like, you know, win super quickly. What do I have it set at? 3%. So 3% total number of jobs, 20. So I'm only getting 3% per job for each person. But surfacing that information in a nice way so that you can use it for survival skills would be pretty useful. And I think you don't necessarily need to have that mod in. You could just say, hey, for the survival skills, you could do it on console. You just have to keep track of who you do contracts for, which is more work for someone on console. But if they really want to play it on console, then honestly, if someone plays this on console, they're going to need a spreadsheet. And I'm thinking of actually making a PDF, right? I'll make a PDF that you can print up you just have on your desk, and you know you can use the PDF to track your progress through the survival skills as you kind of get stuff done, and that way even someone on console can still play this challenge. They just gonna have to do a little bit more work to do it, because for PC I can just, you know, I'm writing a mod that'll track all this stuff for you, but on console you're gonna have to track it yourself. Sorry. You guys want to hear something funny? My favorite feature that Giants has implemented, I think probably one of my favorite features, the most used feature that Giants has implemented since the game has been released, is precision farming, but not necessarily precision farming itself. Precision farming is cool, but the one feature I use more than anything, yeah, I could do a website. I will. I mean, that's kind of what I do. Is the mini map and the fertilizer in the mini map. And I really wish, and like the fertilizer, and I really wish you'd see all of the states. So you could see mulched in the mini map, you could see fertilizer in the mini map, that you could see lime and rolling. Those should all be in the mini map. I think right now it's only fertilizing, but you should be able to see all of it. But for fertilizing and doing fertilizing contracts, which is, you know, how I start off a lot of my playthroughs, it makes it super easy just because I have right down there in the, you know, bottom side of the window, or where is it? Right? No, there, that way. Over here, based on my face, is where the you know, you can see what I've done so far. And that makes doing these contracts without GPS very useful. So it is definitely one of my favorite features, and probably most used features that Giants has added. That's actually a Giants feature. Almost everything else that I use in a daily basis on my playthroughs is either a feature that I've written, like the spawn palette stack mod, or features that other modders have written, such as the Better Contracts mod. And the funny thing is, the Better Contracts mod is actually very close to a mod that I was in the middle of writing when they released that mod, and I just stopped working on it because they had done it better. Every product should have its own shade when swathed. I think, yeah, I agree. I think swathing and the stuff that BC Bueller added, I think all of that should be base game. And I think everything that, I think you should be able to have all different kinds of swathed products. I do think they should all have, or most of them should have, the same straw. Like, it should all just go to straw. I don't actually enjoy this whole soybean straw, corn straw, you know, blah, 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 blah. Or like the whole like alfalfa hay and clover hay and, you know, such and such hay. Like I don't want 10 different kinds of hay. That's super confusing, especially when you're feeding your animals. I just want regular hay. If I mow alfalfa, I'll get alfalfa. But if I ted it, I'm just going to get regular hay. I think adding them all to different hay types is just confusing. But I do think swathing should definitely be base game. Oh, Kaufman, welcome in, by the way. Thank you for being here. Welcome in. Another first time guest on the stream. Thanks for being here. GPS is such a hot topic, honestly. Oh God. I don't see how they can't do GPS. Like, I don't know if it's going to be in the game. I don't have any insider information, but how can they not? Like, seriously, we currently have 3, almost 4 mods on ModHub that provide GPS features into Farm Sim 22. Obviously people like it. Obviously people want it. Like, of course it needs to be in the game. Why isn't it in base game? I don't know. But I think they should add it. The falling tree sound effect. That's good. That's good. I like that. And it's not even like a farming thing. It's, you know, forestry, which is obviously a big part of the game now. But yeah. The falling tree sound effect. Yeah, I think I've talked about this before, but I think in the next game, there's a few features that I would like to see in the game. And there's a few features that it's going to sound really weird for me to say that I don't want them to put in the game. Two of the features that I don't want in the base game, and there's a reason, and I'll explain it. So I would love to see GPS in the next game. Some kind of GPS, the ability to lock your course, to be able to go in a straight line, maybe even do headlands. I think that should be in the base game, 100%. No questions asked. What I don't want to see in the next game, and some people will probably not like this thought, but... Oh, that's right, Kaufman. That's right. You were here a little while ago. I still, and I haven't used that yet again, but I have another map that I'm in the middle, just about to use it. So very cool. Thank you. Yeah, GPS should be on there, especially for console, especially for bigger maps. If you think about it this way, if they're planning on going to the next gen consoles, and what we hope is that they're going to start unlocking next gen consoles to be able to have 4x and bigger and potentially bigger maps. You need GPS when you get to that size. You really do. Even just to lock in a course and make a straight line, you really need GPS. Doesn't make sense. What I don't think... Well, I would like to see two things happen in the next version of the game. I would like to see the availability for modders to become registered developers or whatever, to be able to get script mods onto console, number one. And alongside that, I do not, under any circumstances, I don't want Courseplay and Autodrive to become base game. Now, the reason I say that, because it's definitely a crazy thought. Why would someone who uses it all the time, why would I not want it to be base game? Because Giants, as a company, is very slow updating things. And the developers for Courseplay and Autodrive update almost weekly. I don't want something like Courseplay to be suddenly under Giants' umbrella, right? And then have them responsible for making updates to it. Because I don't think they can handle it. That's just the fact of the matter. They can't even handle mods. They can't even handle accepting mods and testing mods properly. How are they going to handle testing and making sure it's something as detailed and complicated as Autodrive and Courseplay are going to work perfectly? And the answer is, I don't think they are. I think they're just not capable of that. And I hope that someday they prove me wrong. But as of today, I hope that they do not bring those features into base game. Or instead, I would think it would be the best thing that Giants could do is allow developers to apply, just like they're doing with Connect modding and whoever did the Straw Harvest Pack, right? I think they should allow more developers to become official Giants developers and to be able to release their stuff as DLCs. I would love to see Courseplay as a DLC. Right? Because then it's available on consoles. It's still being done by a third party, and that third party can do it right. Because I don't think Giants can. And in all honesty, how many console players, if it came out tomorrow that Courseplay was a DLC and you had to pay money for it, how many people would pay for it? Honestly, I think people would be bending over backwards to spend, what, $5 to get a Courseplay DLC on console? I think every single console player on in the market would want that. And not only does that get past the whole script mods on console thing, but it also lets people who are doing really good work make some money off of the work that they're doing. You know what I mean? I would love to see stuff like Courseplay and AutoDrive be script mods that are available on consoles. I would personally love to apply to be a registered developer for Giants so that I could release something like the Spawn Palette Stack mod and some of the other stuff that I have in development and get it out to consoles. I think that would be amazing. But as of yet, I still don't know how that's possible. Exactly. I think I think there has to be a middle ground, right? And I think Coffin is saying it right. GPS should be base game. No question about that. I think GPS and basic GPS functionality that modders can then work with and manipulate should be base game. So there should be GPS code for locking tracks and whatever, and then you'd still be able to have mods like Enhanced Vehicle, which I'm using, or other ones that are using the built-in logic for locking tracks that's in the base game then. And then they can make their own versions of it, and they can change the UI, they can change the look and feel, they can add features like, you know, multiple rows and all kind of stuff. But the basic GPS, just like workers, the basic GPS should be in the base game. Well, I mean, I don't think that the hardware limitation, from what I understand, the reason we don't have script mods, and this is what I understand, not what is true or actually known, but from what I understand, the reason we don't have script mods on console is not because of hardware. It's because of the way Microsoft and Sony license and validate their software, the software that does get released to those platforms. So the reason they don't want script mods coming from mods that are downloaded from the internet to get on their platforms is because, just like every other software platform, like iOS and Android markets, your mods have to be tested and approved before they get added. So if you have a DLC that's going on to console, it has to get approved, right? To make sure that it's not bad. But why should that be restricted to only, you know, the best friends of Giants? Like, why can't other modders like myself be able to have access to do that? Why not? And I would be happy to go through Microsoft testing or whatever to be able to get my thing as a DLC or even as a free mod. I would do it for free. I don't care. Like, I would be happy to do that. I don't have any problem doing that. Yeah, and then Coffin's saying seasons, and someone else said seasons up again too, right? A lot of people liked the way the seasons mod was in 19. I don't know anything about it. I never played 19. I have never played 19. I probably will never play 19, but some people liked it the way it worked there better. Some people don't like the way it works in 22. I don't really think it's that great in 22. It's there, and I always play with seasons just because that seems realistic to me, and I like to see the trees change. But I think there should be some stuff that is there, the basic functionality is there, but then just like everything else that's in the Giants engine, modders have the ability to tweak it or to make it work a little bit differently should the player choose to use their mod to make it work differently. I really think that should be the way things work. But of course that means documentation. Documentation. You guys heard me say it a million times. If you're going to add new features to the game, you got to document them. Like, there's nothing worse than working for a company as a software engineer, and they have all of this, like, super complex code or rules or restrictions or blah, 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 or ways things are done. But then you go into the company and it's like you're expected to just figure it out, and there's no documentation. That's the worst thing. As a developer who builds stuff for Giants, who builds mods for Giants, the fact there is no documentation on so much of the code base is painful. It means building mods that should be relatively easy to build take 3 to 10 times as long as they should. And you have to like read between the lines and then you get people like doing things like decoding the source just to be able to understand what's in the source. Either document it or release the source as open source. Like, come on. Do something. Like, I'm still to this day, like, even though we're talking about like FS25, 26, whatever, the next version of FS, everyone's been saying since the beginning that every season pass, all the season pass stuff is going to be part of base game in the next version of the game. I'm actually afraid that that's not going to happen. I literally am legit afraid that one feature, literally one feature is the only one I care about. That the buildable technology, the roller coaster technology, which is called factories in the code, I'm legit scared that they're not going to release that to the public. And they're going to try to keep it to themselves. I wish I had as much faith. I don't. I'm legit scared that they're not going to release that. Just because I think it would be a terrible mistake, but I'm literally afraid that they're not going to release it. Actually, customize? I don't want a license plate. I've actually taken to not using license plates lately. I don't know why. Order for chained food. I've actually had an idea in my head for a while to make a Japanese map. And I already know what the map would be. And did I just put the... Damn it. I put the weight on and then I took the license plate off. And when I took the license plate off, it took the weight off too. Come on. Okay. No plate. Front weight. Gosh. Pain in my butt. Yeah. I have a very unique Japanese map in mind that I want to do off of real life, real world dem. Like an actual legit accurate map. Where's this cultivating one? I'm gonna accept this cultivating contract. And how much money do I have? I have 58 grand. Actually, I can make more money from spraying. Let's do spraying instead. Yeah, spraying's faster and wider. Let's get 2 spraying contracts for now. And let's go buy a sprayer. And I already know which sprayer I'm going to buy. Because I've tested this to the wazoo, like I always do. I test everything. And then I test it some more. Because I can't stop playing. We're going to get this one. And we're going to buy it. Yes. Back. And then we're going to come here. We can't get that because we don't have a front tank. Then we're going to buy pallets of herbicide. Is this 2,000 liters? Buy. I don't know how well this is going to go. We're going to find out. Yeah. So the Japanese farm would definitely need rice. It would definitely need rice. And the other thing a Japanese... No, you can't attach to the herbicide bucket like that, Josh. Come on. Oh, thanks for being here, Umesmo. It's really good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while, but thanks for being here. So many good ideas, buddy. Have a good one. Thanks for being here. And I'm actually going to be calling it quits in about 10 minutes. So we're going to go over here and start spraying and probably do more spraying next time. Where are we going? We're going to field 6 and field 15, which I don't know where they are because I don't know the map well enough yet. Field 6 is all the way down here. And field 15 is all the way up here. So I guess we'll go to 15 first. Wait, hold on. I almost drove all the way there with an empty fertilizer spreader. And I'm going to have to drive all the way back here to refill it too. That's going to stink. If I was smart, I would have brought my front end loader and the forks and carried the fertilizer bucket over there. That's what I would have done if I was smart, but I'm not smart. I want to get going. Take care, Mesmo. Thanks for being here. But yeah, I think Giants should open up DLCs to more than just the 2 companies they've unlocked it to. They've proven this year with the most recent releases that they will allow other modding companies to release script-based mods to console. There's the key. Script-based mods to console. And so I would love them to open that up and let modders choose whether or not to charge for them. If they want to charge for them, then charge for them. And it's up to them to set the price is, honestly. Yes, that means that we'd have to spend more money on stuff, but in my mind, if I had to spend $5 for course play, that's much more valuable to me than the $11 or whatever we spent to buy pumps and hoses. You know, maybe I'm going to get yelled at for that opinion. Or Straw Harvest, you know. Straw Harvest was free, wasn't it? But like pumps and hoses, I know I spent money on, but it wasn't that great. That new one, I haven't even bought. I'm not planning on buying it. It just doesn't appeal to me. But if I could get Courseplay, or some of my console friends could get Courseplay on console, that's like a win for everybody. I really think that's... I hope that's where we go. Mainly to support the modders. And to let the modders have a means of getting something on to consoles. Do I think it's going to happen? No. I really don't think it's going to happen. I would love to see it happen, but I'd say the likelihood of it happening is like maybe 25% at most. It's really, I don't think it's very, very likely. Just based on stuff. Yeah. You can't stand doing 15 bakeries anymore? Oh, yeah, see, I have a mod for that, Kaufman. That I have about 50 to 60% done. That if the next version of the game is so close, I'll probably just hold off on releasing it until the next version of the game. But on PC and eventually on console, I would really love to be able to allow people to customize productions to either make them faster or hold more or make the recipes faster or make them not parallel or to change recipes, you know, or to add new recipes to an existing production without waiting for the modder to add it. Like, for example, if I have a fermenting silo on a map that has alfalfa and I want to use that as a fermenting silo for alfalfa, why shouldn't I be able to do that? I shouldn't have to wait for the modder to release something that's, or not ever release something because it can't be specific to a map, right? I should be able to just make the change on my own. It is possible. I know because I've done it. And I have a mod all ready to go that basically gives you that feature. I just have to finish it. I'll add it to the list. Now, how do I tell whether or not I've done it? Like, I'm guessing here. I forget. I haven't done a fertilizing contract in a long time. Oh, there we go. Is it that view? Weed? Okay. So I'm looking at the green. Right. Kaufman, basically a comment on that modular BGA. I think the modular BGA was great if it worked, but it doesn't. The modular BGA looks great and it starts to work, but the numbers for processing speed and how much it processes per hour and all that kind of stuff don't add up. And you spend so much time, if you're using it, with your burner on and burning methane into the atmosphere, or with it trying to process a recipe for, you know, a multi-crop recipe for manure and silage and something else, and it just doesn't work. So yes, I agree, but I think that if you add 2 digesters, it should also be faster. If you have 2 inputs, you should make it faster, and it doesn't. So I think, yes, the modular BGA is a great idea, and we all love modular stuff. There's been other people who've released modular type mods, and they're all relatively cool. I think if we got the ability to add a pumps and hoses modular system to all mods, there's so many cool things you could do, right? Like, you could have a fermenting facility that has, a 1,000,000 liter capacity, but then if you added a silo extension onto it, you could turn it into a 2,000,000 liter capacity. If you added in another processing piece to it, You could make it process faster. Like, why don't we have all that functionality, like, in general? Like, let's make our mods and the system that we use to build mods more dynamic and less hard-coded, right? No-brainer, exactly. No-brainer. Or just a Josh-brainer. Like, I'm the only one thinking about it, and I'm the only one talking about it. Why aren't other people talking about it? Why didn't they release, with the roller coaster, the ability to build your own damn barn? Or shed? Or paddock? Or silo? Like, why didn't they use that technology to be able to place down a construction site and allow you to build your own barn? Like, how could they not think of that? Like, you give me the ability to deliver wood products to build something, and then just, you know, have that be the goal of what I'm doing. How could that not be the first thing you think of? I don't get it. Yeah, Giants completely rushed factories, and then they held on to the factory code themselves, and they're still holding on to it. And that's the number one thing that I hope and pray is going to be in the next version of FS, but I'm actually fearful that it won't be, because I think that they realize, or they have realized. Here's my fear. I fear that they've realized that there's so much more they can do with it, and they're going to hold on to it so that they can be the only ones releasing stuff with that code. That's what I'm afraid of. Because if I was them, honestly, and I was an employee of Giants, I would probably suggest that. If I'm a standard employee of Giants and all I can think about is money, I would suggest that. But as a modder, I think it'll be unconscionable if they do that, but I'm sort of a little bit afraid or apprehensive that they might anyways. Just because it tracks with the way that they're doing things, which sucks. Oh my goodness, we're actually at the end of time. Well, look at that. That's been a one hell of a stream. Thank you for everyone for being here. Thank you everyone for hanging out and watching with me. I've had a ton of fun. Yeah, exactly. It would be. And there's actually, oh, by the way, Kaufman, if you're interested, there is someone who has come up with a script that's not on ModHub. It's on GitHub, but it does recreate that functionality and give you the ability to do that. There is someone who's done it, but it hasn't made it to ModHub, probably because it conflicts completely with the roller coaster code. So, but there is someone who's done it. Check it out on GitHub. But that's gonna be it. That's gonna end of my time. I want to say thank you for everyone for being here. We had a lot more people tonight. A lot of people coming back who haven't been here in a little while. Kaufman, Umesmo hasn't been here in a while. Thanks for everyone being here. And thanks for everyone else who was in here and chatting. Fuji Thor, by the way, don't think I ever said hi. Hi, thank you for being here. I hope you're still here, and thank you for being here. All the new folks, thanks for being here. Who's the other one that was new? I'm scrolling up in my chat right now. There's one other person who was relatively new. Man Singh was also new, first time here tonight. Thanks for being here. And Scooter's Workbench has first time here in a long time, so thanks for being here. Thank you all for coming in, joining the chat. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. We are super close to getting the unlock for all the fun stuff. And the beginnings of monetization, which, you know, is never really my goal, but we're actually really close to it. So if that's something you want, tell your friends, and we'll be unlocking some of that, because a lot of the first level of is geared towards streaming, and that's what I do. So either way, yeah, as Jack Sarge says, stay special, or as Tony likes to say, go be nice to somebody. Be nice to somebody today. Tell them you love them. And I'm going to catch everyone next time after I finish fertilizing this field. And we'll come back and we'll be on the next field, fertilize the next field next time. But that's it for me. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. See you later, CBW. Thanks for being here. Thanks you, Jack Sarge, Kaufman, Fujithor, Charles, Ken, Kaufman, everybody who is here. Thanks for being here. Catch everyone later. Bye.